Okay, Molweni guys.
Have you get how it works?
I have been
Hello,
here
sis Wam.
before. Hello. Obviously I saw there was a space earlier. Um and I know the things that some of the things he said. Ukhuluma nokuthi ngiyagula, things that are not true. So I thought ukuthi as in I see people, there are some people on Twitter that are like, oh, this is a publicity stunt or whatever. This is not a publicity stunt. Since January, I've been dealing with this man. And Nasekhaya Bate, don't say anything. And I tried to not say anything. But it got to a point where yesterday, when I saw the video of him talking about another woman, akhuluma ngomihlali ukuthi I don't even want to repeat the things he said. That for me was not a red flag. It was the bathi yini lento yokugcina, the final straw of I have to say something. There has been many things that he has
Um,
done. Hi Musa. Hello.
Sorry, Berita, umusa une-problem ye-network ne. So sometimes into ezithethayo zizawudileya kuyiva,
Oh,
but I'll text him on WhatsApp.
okay.
Continue talking, my
All
dear.
right.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm just trying to explain that the final straw in our home, because happened a long time ago, but the final straw publicly happened when I saw this video I saw yesterday. And for me, I have a song about gender based violence. I have an NGO that helps women in the music industry. I have done tours and spoken to children, spoken to young girls. And I never in my life ever thought that I would find myself in this position. And this is not a position that I thrive in, that I can say I create from a place of goodness. That's why all my music is about love. So I thought that let me come here and just say, guys, I'm alive. I am strong. This is not the end of me. And I'm going to go on to do greater and greater things. And I am just praying and hoping that that man receive the help I deny. Whether it's psychiatric, whether amadlozi, whether ujesu, he needs help. That's all I wanted to say.
thank you so much, babes.
Enkosi wethu.
And
Musa?
I, I don't think any of us are in a position to be asking any questions. Personally, I wouldn't want to. I would.
Sorry, Musa, you are cutting, hey? You are cutting. I don't know if you are able to hear me, va? But you are cutting. However, I'll just allude and say now, kuwe sis Berita,
Don't
thank
have
you.
any.
We can't hear you. Okay, Kapindu Tete.
Kubeka Chum, it's fine.
Oh, okay. You keep cutting. We hear you here and there, but we don't hear the full story. But however, I think overall, Sis Berita, we are grateful that you were able to come on. And obviously, all the people that are here, we love you dearly and we wish you everything of the best. And we understand that this time for you is quite pressing, but Kukola saying it, this too shall pass. Musa Kapindu Zamuteta mchana. Musa. Okay. Debongs, do you have a question or a comment for Spirit?
I don't have a question. I am so proud of you. You are very brave. And for the mere fact that you even took an opportunity to come to the space and share your story, we don't take it lightly because these things are serious issues and they're affecting people's lives. I don't have a question. I don't want to ask you anything. I just salute you for being brave.
Okay. Sisterita, can you still hear us?
Yes, I can hear you well. I can hear you
Oh,
very well.
lovely. Okay. Andazi neba usemudini na bengicela usiculela.
Ngizothini na ngizothi baby ngicela ikhiss ngoku ingekho.
Njani ke ngoku? Uyayibaka ngoku.
Also,
Life goes on.
Baby ngicela kiss. Is Auntie Posey? ngicela kiss. Is that no? Ndikufuna la eduze kwami. Baby, ngicela kiss. Is that ndikuphuze? Yeah.
Enkosi. Andazi ubusandikhumbula na kulaa show yakho yalapha eBhayi.
Well, which one? This December? This past December?
No, le yase-Music Kitchen.
The music, that was the most amazing show.
Yes, I'm sure I was the one who was standing in front. Usakhumbula?
Ndikhumbula ucula nam.
Ndipostela picture yethu ngoku. You hayi wethu
Oh man.
sisakuthanda. Man, carry on. Carry on.
Ndiyabulela.
Yes. Musa khawuthethe kaloku.
Yes, I don't know if I'm audible now, but I want to get to Eric. And Eric, do we have anything to say? Since Berita is also here, obviously you guys are close friends. So do you have anything you'd like to say?
I'm sorry, Eric. Before Tete, I want to actually say something. You know, the most difficult thing about the situation that I'm in is that the people that are the closest to me are the people that have been hurt the most. They are the people that have been attacked the most. Because as Njengamanje, I've blocked him everywhere. He doesn't have access to me at all. So as a result, that's why you would see him attacking someone like Eric, who has worked tirelessly with me, and other people and other family members of mine that he has attacked privately.
And Sis Berita, you are aware that he accused Eric of putting out the series of tweets that were put out from your page this morning, ne?
I heard Ndivile, and that is not true. I tweeted those tweets in the morning. In fact, watched the video yakhe izolo and I was emotionally overcome to the point of ndalala. Uvuka kwam ndivuke u-3 and at around 5 I tweeted those. I don't even like, and I'm not even in the same vicinity as Eric for him to blame Eric for into angayenzanga. And this is in typical fashion of what he does. Everything eyakhe ublame abanye abantu ngayo. That's what I've come to learn about him.
And I'm sure you will hear the recordings after esi space ne from the first one uzokujonga apha kule page kaMusa. If anything, uzama uyipainta in his favor because ukwazile nosicontrol ispace because uEric ungene by surprise ne engamlindelanga. Wangena uEric wathi into yoba I am the supposed former PR kaBerita. He tried to give his side of the story, but khange am-enablishe because uthe kumusa andizosenza space unless if I'm a co-host and I need to have a power on who speaks or who doesn't. If umntu out of pocket, ndiyamkhupha kwispace, which is ke nyhani ke uyisebenzise in his favor uba siyijonga nzulu.
Uncedile uEric wakwazi uzithethela. Uncedile because I mean, I have evidence of him. Ezi zinto azithetha ngewona. I have evidence on my WhatsApp of him admitting that he said those things to spite me because I went to that event. And as a result, for him to spite me, he will go to my closest people and try ubana aba destroy nabo.
Eric.
Hi, I'm still here. I think, guys, that was so important to me that we got off the record. Siyamazi thina labuti how far he would go. But I think just as a black person, when you go to the extent of udlale ngomsebenzi, you play with such big brands. The company I work for has so much weight, and uyayazi unota what he was doing, and it's just so unfortunate that Uberita and myself have very like-minded heads. We'll be like, "Hayi, masimiyeke." Every time and time again, nibonile kuthiwe ngecompany, kuthiwe ngawe Berita nibonile, and we're just like, let's leave it and let's try and rise above it. But it just gets to a point where uphambane to a point where ebengasakhathali. Like it's nothing to him. It's just another day on social media. Ubane feed off of this kind of stuff, this kind of traffic. And unfortunately ke thina asidlali nakakhulu kanjalo in those spaces. We're very private people, and babegamba ngathi this was have been carried out privately.
Thank you so much for that. Well, as I said, Gutumi, I don't have a lot of word to say except that I appreciate you, Berita, coming here to what to speak for yourself, basically, because the narrative that was being driven, and it was so going to happen that that's the narrative that most people were going to go with, because uh, Nota was working tirelessly into making sure that at least a percentage of us would wanna side with him and wanna believe what he was saying till Eric came on and he clarified the things that he clarified. But I'm also glad, I know that you're not a big social media person. I'm just grateful that you could come out and also stand your ground. So if anything you'd like to say, I'll conclude. You don't have to conclude, just say what you need. If there is more, then we can close this space because we're not taking.
I think for me, my closing words are gonna be, people always say it's difficult to leave a situation, and andifuna noba ndithi ne-abuse phakathi, because ndibona omnye umntu esithi wakubetha na. No, I want to clarify that man has never laid a hand on my body or anything like that. But umntu xa e-abusive wenza izinto ezenza ubana wena emotionally and psychologically ungabi stable. And when someone does things like that, it's very difficult ubana uphume kulo situation, because one, umtshato is not the kind of thing that you just walk out of. Nangoku kufuneke ndi-explaine kwifamily. Number two, I've always been umntu who thrives on doing good work. Umsebenzi wam ngumsebenzi. I do not wish at any moment ubana ndibe involved kule nto ndi-involved kuyo. But if anything, if there is another woman who's going through what I'm going through, who decides namhlanje into yobana if uBerita wapakisha wahamba, nam ndiyapakisha ndihamba, andikhathali uba abantu bazawuthini, I hope ubana at least that would be the reason why what's happening in my life right now is happening. Because 2 years ago, when I was still working with Eric, we did a song called Ungandibulali for SABC. We did an entire campaign with SABC. That song was #1 on radio in December. Ayiqhelekanga normally ngoDecember lipiano okanye a house song that is #1 on radio. But our song was #1 because we were spreading a message eti don't turn a blind eye against gender-based violence. And I realize now when I did that song that I didn't know what I was talking about. I had never been through that situation whereby umntu who is trying to control you, he will go to family members yakho, he or she, because there are also women that do it. Now, my experience in the past 6 months has been into yobana, this person wanted to isolate me. Bantu be-isolated. Ndingabi namntu. Wonke umntu who's close to me create enough reasonable doubt ubana makasuke kum emsebenzini wam, ndingabhukishwa, ndingathini, because there's enough doubt to say ubana no, let's actually get somebody else. And it actually has happened. Even within my family, it has happened. And I knew into yobana taking this thing to social media, he's going to, I'm not surprised by the narrative that he was creating. I knew that he's going to try and come up with a narrative, because what he's trying to do is just create enough doubt ebantwini into yobana kujongisiswe kakuhle. And I even saw someone that was saying aba bantu bayalwa, but balwa publicly. At this point, for me, it is not even a fight. It is not even a fight. It's just me saying I've been bullied for an entire year. Ndithukwa ngabantu. Every time he says something, kuthukwa mna ndingenzanga nto. Ngamanye amaxesha ndiyavuka nam ekuseni ndothuka ezi zinto azithethileyo. And I needed, for me, because in 10 years ndisebenza building my brand, one block at a time. I'm an independent artist. I own my own music. I produce some of my own music. Everything that I've built, built one brick at a time. For something like this to come and just wipe the entire wall that I've built, it's important ubana ndizithethele for me, so that I can be able to go through this thing, and also for me to know ubana into ye-abuse is a very sensitive issue. There are so many women abahleliyo okuthiwa hayi bo kutheni ehleli umyeni wakhe yi-rapist nje, kutheni ehleli kuloo nto. But it's not that uhleli because you want to. It's because ukwi-situation that you're trying to maneuver and nako kweni. And sucinga uba nabantu bakulo bhuti bandiyeke ndahamba nje bayalwa, abafuni. If it were according to them, I would actually ndihlale. But life doesn't work like that. So le situation endikuyo, I think more than anything, I just want to thank you all for the support. I just want to say, if there's any woman that's going through what I'm going through, if there's any man that's going through what I'm going through, if there's any he or she or they or them that's going through what I'm going through, I'm just hoping for healing in the situation.
Enkosi siyabulela. I feel like akho nto ngoku nathi sinoyi-eda nesiyi-subtract, if anything